sort of like this at Jubilee out in California a couple months ago, or last month. But you got to get serious. Okay? So who is serious? You don't have to lie and raise your hand if you're not serious. It's okay. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. Okay. So there are hands up. Now, don't raise your hand about this one. But if you're not serious right now, but maybe you're going to get serious. Okay? Because there has to come that turning point. Y'all agree with that? A bunch of you shaking your heads. You have to. There comes a point to where you say, you know what? I'm not playing around in this anymore, and now I'm going to be serious. And I can remember that turning point in my business. Like Cynthia just shared, she needs a car. There were things that I needed for my family. Some were luxury things. Some were things that needed to be taken care of within our house and within our family. And so I needed to pick up the slack there from my husband's job. But one thing that I noticed that I did when I got serious was I set a schedule. Okay? So you have to have a schedule. You can't just wake up and say, I'm going to work my business today. I have no idea what I'm going to do, or I'm going to do whatever comes to mind. You have to have a schedule. You have to have a to-do list, so to speak, on your daily routine. Okay? Now, do you have to work every day? Some of you are saying yes. Do I hear anybody say no? Okay, well, here's something that I always like to say. You work when you work and you play when you play. Okay? So when you're playing with the kids, when you're playing with the husband, when you're doing whatever you're doing with people, do it. Do it to the fullest. Okay? Don't be on the phone doing stuff and trying to, all that multitasking that we do, because the people that we love, they see that. Right? You guys know when somebody's not paying full attention to you, right? When they're listening to you and, oh yeah, yeah, and they're doing something over here and you don't feel like they're doing anything with you. That's the way your family can feel if you're not with them when you're supposed to be with them, okay? But if you have a schedule and you set your schedule, your work schedule, then you are going to be working when you're supposed to be working, and you're going to be playing when you're supposed to be playing, because there is a time and a place for everything, right? I do not believe that successful people become successful overnight. It takes time. If you graduated from high school today, would you probably get some CEO job tomorrow? No. You got to do what? You got to climb the ladder. You got to climb a ladder. And it works the exact same way when you own a business. The only difference is that you control that ladder. You control how high that ladder goes when you own your own business versus somebody else telling you. Okay? So some of the things that I'd like to share with you guys, I don't have a ton of time, but I do want you guys to know, set a schedule of when you're going to work, and then you're going to work, right? If you're thinking, and those of you that have heard me train have heard me a million times say this, if you're thinking, well, as soon as I get a party, okay, quit saying that. You got to be ready for that party, because if I said, hey, guess what? I got a party for you tomorrow. Can you go? You might be like, oh, no, I don't have the products. I don't have any catalogs. I don't have any stickers. I don't even know what I'm going to demo. You got to know what you're going to do, because the party might come to you tomorrow. So don't wait until you get a party to start getting prepared to go do that party. Okay? Do it now. Get ready now. Okay, you got to determine your income. Okay? You got to determine your income. I know how much money I need to pay my bills every month. Who else knows that? You guys know, Rhonda knows how much money she needs every month to get by. We all have a figure in our mind. We got to know, we got to do some backwards math, I like to call it, to find out how much money, you got to know how much money you need every month to live, and then you got to figure out how many parties it's going to take you to get that amount of money. Okay? My number is I need 3 parties a week. Okay? 3 parties a week is what I need. That's where I'm most comfortable. That's what makes our household flow. That's what gives me my shopping money. That's what pays the bills. That's what makes my husband happy. That's what makes us happy, okay? So I need 3 parties every week. That's where I start. So once you figure out how many parties you need, now you have a perfect number to go run with. We can tell you all day long how to get those parties, but you guys know how to get those parties, don't you? You've seen the trainings, you've heard it, you use your mouth, we've got the wonderful Tupperware product. You don't need anything else. You have everything you need to go out there and get those parties. You're probably going to hear some great training in a little bit about how to get those parties as well. Go out and get those parties. Do you want to schedule 2 a week if 2's your number? No, you got to have more than that schedule, because what's going to happen? They're going to stomp their toe and they can't have their party. their dog has to go to the doctor on Tuesday so they can't have their party on Saturday. It happens. You guys know it happens. And that's okay. That's the work that we're in, and we can overcome those things, because when you have a little bit more than what you actually need, if they all held, it's just gravy, right? It's just extra money, right? Extra shopping money, extra spending money. So make sure you know your number. Make sure that you know how many parties you need, and then you date those parties and you hold those parties, okay? Sound good? You can do it. All right.